Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a tutorial using Maybelline's new The Nudes palette, which if you guys are from New Zealand, you will know that we have been waiting for this bad boy for the longest time, and it is finally here. So I thought that to celebrate, I would create a tutorial using it. Maybelline asked me if I could do a look with it, and I was so happy to because I have been using this palette quite regularly. I have already done one look using it, which I will leave linked off down below. The palette itself retails at $29.99, which in my opinion is a really great price point for 12 eyeshadows of really good quality. I will tell you now that they are not super duper crazy pigmented eyeshadows like the Lorac ones or something, but they are just the right amount of pigmentation. I find that they wear on my eyes all day, they blend perfectly, they look really nice. As you can see, I've created kind of like a gold daytime smoky eye with a smoked out lower lash line, and I think it looks beautiful. It's not too hard to work with, it's not too pigmented, it's just the perfect sort of pigmentation. Before we dive into the tutorial, I just wanted to let you know that I do have a palette here to give away to one of you guys. I already had one palette, and when I was sent another one to do the video, I thought it's just selfish for me to keep it, so I'm going to give it away to one of you guys instead. So I will post all of the giveaway rules down below, all of the finer details, but if you do want to win this palette, just comment down below telling me why you want to win it and you're in the draw to win. This is open worldwide. You do need to be subscribed to my channel, and it will close 2 weeks from the day that this video goes up. If you want to know the exact date that it closes, it will be posted down below. Also, do feel free to enter as many times as you want to, because why not? You may as well. I'm going to stop blabbing. If you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. So I've already applied my foundation and my eyebrows just to speed up this application because I want the focus to be on the actual makeup look rather than my base. If you would like to see an updated video on my base, please do let me know. I'm using a new foundation and I have really been enjoying it. So the main focus of this look is the eye makeup. We're going to go for a really nice warm golden eye because it's perfect for any time of the year, and I don't know, I'm really just appealed by the kind of like middle quadrant of this this palette. So you've got kind of like a bone shade, a really like nice rich copper shade, a beautiful gold, and then like a deep bronzy colour as well. So we're going to use those ones plus maybe like one of the matte shades as a transition, just to really give a beautiful warm eye. To prep the eye for eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and use my Colour Tattoo in the shade Bold Gold. I've had this one for like years and it's still going strong, so I'm just taking that with a Real Techniques shading brush, and I'm just going to pop this all over my lid just to make sure that all of the colours that we're applying are going to stick and they're going to be rich in pigment. So now that we've got that base down, I'm going to start off by washing a matte shade through the crease. This palette has 3 matte shades. We've got this one down here and then these 2 over here. I think this highlight shade is also rather matte. It's not totally matte, but it's pretty matte, but obviously we want a darker shade to go through the crease, so I'm going to use the lightest matte colour and then we can build as we go. I'm just washing it through with a nice big blending brush because we just want this to sort of act as a transitional shade for anything darker that we might put in our crease. I find that the matte shades are nicely pigmented and they blend out really well, which is really important with a sort of more inexpensive palette, that they actually blend, because I tried quite a few sort of cheaper palettes and their blending qualities, I guess, are not ideal, whereas this one I found blends really well. Now I'm going to go in with that shade that I was saying will be a good highlight, and I'm just going to put that underneath the brow because it's just going to help me to blend our transition shade. Just blending that up at the brow bone and then just sort of working back and forth. I might take a little bit more of my transition shade. I like to do this right at the start so that I've got a good sort of base for how high I want my eyeshadows to go. I find it easier for me to do my eyeshadow that way. Now we're going to go in with that beautiful gold colour. I'm going to work that into the brush, just getting it on both sides of my brush, and I'm just going to pack that onto my eyelid. It's a really nice bright true gold shade. I'm packing that on from the inner corner to my outer corner, and because we've put that gold base underneath, it's really just going to intensify the gold colour and give it more of like a rich metallic finish. You can use a smaller brush for this next step if you want to, but I want to keep it simple, so I'm just going to use my regular blending brush, but instead of kind of like pushing the brush into the product quite intensely, I'm just going to pull it to a point and I'm just going to touch the very tip into my eyeshadow, and I'm going to pick up the bronze shade right there and I'm just going to put that into my crease. So as you can see, I'm touching it really, really softly. I don't want to like get lots on the brush, and I'm just going to work this into my crease, but I'm going to sort of focus it more on the outer corner of my eye. It's really small motions, and then once there's no product left on the brush, dust it off on your hand just to make sure you can buff that in. Because you obviously don't want to start buffing it when you've got lots of product if you want to focus at one area that's not really going to work. Again, just picking the product really gently with your brush, tap off any excess. I'm just going to start working that into my outer V. I'm not really placing it in the outer corner, it's more going into the crease. Dust off your brush and then blend. I think I want to have quite a smoky little lash line, so for now I'm just going to leave the top and we'll come back to it afterwards. I'm going to go on with the brush that I had the base on, and I'm actually just going to smudge that through my lower lashes, sorry for the heinous face, just to get any extra product off and just so that we're priming the under eye as well before we go on with a darker shade. I'm just going to add a dark eyeliner to my waterline. I prefer bronze rather than black, but if you like black, put black on. I'm just going to use a bronze on my waterline and my tight line. This is just going to help us to smoke the colour down. Now I'm going to go in with this really dark bronze shade, and I'm just going to pick it up again quite lightly. I'm only just putting in the tips of my bristles in. I'm using the same shade that I used with the cream shadow. Tapping off any excess, and I'm just going to smoke out that liner. So I'm going to have quite a smoky lower lash line. Pulling really attractive faces as I do so. Taking that right from outer corner to inner corner. And by working slowly, you're going to stop yourself from kind of like going, like, I don't know, adding too much product. You also want to make sure that you pull your product back so that it kind of connects in, I don't know what you kind of call this area, the outer corner of your eye, like the outer tear duct or something, because sometimes you can kind of have like a disconnect there and that never looks cute, especially when you're doing something really smoky. I'm going in with the blending brush from earlier, and I'm taking like a touch of our transition shade, and I'm just going to blend that right on top of where I've put that bronze shade. It's just going to get rid of any, not that it looks harsh, but it's just going to stop it from looking a little bit harsh, which that didn't really make sense, but you get what I mean. Because in some lights, having such a smoky lower lash line can look harsh unless you blend it, so just making sure that it's a really nice smooth fade. Even though we're going for a really smoky eye look, I still want to highlight the inner corner, just because, to be honest, because I really like this highlight shade. When I did my first look using this palette, I used this eyeshadow, so I'm going to go ahead and just pick up a little bit. I don't want to add too much, just a little bit to my inner corner. It reminds me a lot of MAC's Vanilla Pigment, because it's sort of like that white shade, but it's got like a orangey gold reflect to it. That's the sort of like colour of the shimmer. And it just looks really pretty, so I'm just going to pop some into my inner corner, and if you like an intense brow bone highlight, this would be a really good one. I personally prefer matte, but if you wanted to shimmer your brow, this would be a really good shade to do for that. Time for mascara. I'm just going to go ahead and do a full coat to my top and bottom lashes, and then I'll be right back. For my cheeks, I'm going to use one of the Maybelline Master Highlights. I really, really love these, but I've only tried one colour and I have all of them, so I'm going to go ahead and try the coral one today. I feel like coral would look really good with this eye look. It's going to be really, really warm. So this one, as I said, is in the shade 30 Coral, and these have like matte, kind of like, I don't know what you'd call them, bricks, shimmery bricks, and some are lighter, some are darker, and it's going to give you, depending on where you sort of put your brush in the product, it could give you a shimmery look, it could give you a deep look, a matte look, but I'm actually just going to swirl the whole lot together and hope for the best. I'm sure it'll come out nice. For my blush application, as always, I'm using my XOBeauty medium face brush. This is a really nice brush for blush. So I'm sort of just patting my brush in it. Tap off some excess because it looks really pigmented, and I'm just going to sweep this up my cheekbones. It is really pretty. I was right, I knew it would be nice. It's really like buildable as long as you don't go in with too much product, obviously, like most products, but I think it's really beautiful. I might also just sort of focus my brush more on one of the shimmery quadrants. I might just do this one down here, so I'm sort of going to pat the edge of my brush. You can see I've got some there. I'm just going to drag that up my cheekbone just to give me just a little bit more highlight up the cheekbone rather than over the whole cheek. I don't know how you guys can see. It's not like crazy unnatural like most of my highlights are, but it's still really nice and shimmery. I like it. So to finish off this look, we obviously have to add some lipstick. I think you could go for a nude or like a coral or a pink or something like that, but I'm going to go for an orangey red just for something different. I'm going to be using one of Maybelline's new Rebel Bloom lipsticks. This one's in 735 Rose Rush. That's a swatch of it there. I really think it looks beautiful. I think it'll go well with the eyes. I haven't actually used this on my lips yet, so we'll see how it goes. As always with these lipsticks, it's really nicely pigmented and really smooth, so I'm glad about that. Sets the lipstick on. I think it looks really beautiful. I don't normally wear orangey reds. I prefer more like blue based reds, darker reds, but this is actually really nice, and I think it goes really well with the warm cheeks and the golden eyes. So that's everything for this tutorial. Do let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments section. Don't forget, if you want to know more about the giveaway, I will have all of the info listed down in the description box below. And I also have mentioned it at the start of the video, but if you didn't catch it, it will be down below in the down bar. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!